So this is pretty neat and I think we should implement it. What do you guys think? Also, stop scrolling, start following, and check this out.
I honestly could not believe it because Donald Trump said that he got rid of DEI from government. But I did some digging and I found some DEI in Donald Trump's government, and it's unacceptable. Because not only did I find DEI, but this specific DEI initiative is at the very center of the reason why so many Americans don't feel that government represents them. Let me walk you through it. So right now there are 100 senators and each state gets 2. That means Wyoming senators represent 289,000 people each, while California senators represent almost 20 million each, which gives citizens in Wyoming 69 times more of a voice in government than citizens in California. That's cowboy DEI. And I don't like it. So instead, let's apportion senators based on the popular vote. But because we don't want to completely eliminate the influence of rural voters, we'll keep the House's requirement that every state has to at least have 1. And we keep it capped at 100 senators, otherwise the Senate would just become the House. This simple fix would mean that California would have 10 senators, 8 for Texas and 6 for Florida, 5 for New York, 3 for a bunch of larger states, 2 for a bunch of average states, and then the 28 smallest states would each get 1 senator each. That's right, more than half of the states have less than half of the population. Now, if that sounds insane, each of those 10 senators in California would still represent almost 4 million voters each, and Wyoming's 1 senator would represent 578,000. So Wyoming voters would still have 7 times the influence of California voters. Still ridiculous, but a big improvement from 69 times. Of course, this would require an amendment that the Senate would never pass, because the 28 states shown here would each lose 1 senator, and the 56 senators who currently represent these states that are highlighted have an average net worth of $30 million each. Meanwhile, the average household income across the 28 states shown here is $85,000 per year. But even reducing all these states to 1 senator each still wouldn't be enough, because there's still DEI in the House and the Electoral College, which means we need to implement the Wyoming rule, which uncaps the number of seats in the House to allow it to grow with population, and which would require the redistricting of the entire country to ensure that the smallest district in the country, which is Wyoming, sets the limit for how many voters can live in each district. This would increase the size of the House to 574 seats from 435, while increasing the number of electoral votes available to 674. Add in congressionally mandated algorithmically drawn districts every 10 years, optimized for the diverse representation across socioeconomic classes. And together you would not only have a representative republic that nearly perfectly represents the people living there, you would have a government that would likely not ever be controlled by billionaire Republicans again.